So what can you expect from one-to-one sessions with me? So we'll always start with a discovery call for us together to understand what it is you're looking to achieve, what might be getting in the way, and what are the outcomes that you're looking to get out of this process. From that, we'll then design a bespoke solution based on the time scale that you're looking to work to and how much support that we think you need. We'll always look at the 4 core elements of video. So that'll be what you want to say, your message, how you want to say it, that's your presenting style, how you're going to produce it, so filming and how to do that efficiently, and the strategy. Why are you doing it and how is it going to benefit your video? And it may be that we cover all of those in the session, or it may be that we focus on particular ones that are most pressing. But they always interlink. There is always crossovers with various areas, so they will always be a part of any offering, just maybe in different percentages and different ratios. So sessions can be anything from a one-off to regular monthly support, but a popular package that I offer that works really well for people is essentially a 4-hour session that can either be broken into 2 parts to 2 hours, or as one half day, where we look at in design, so this is your strategy and your message, what is it you want to say, how is it going to benefit your business, and kind of aligning and preparing and planning the more theory side of things, and then getting into action and looking at, right, how are we going to film it, getting you on camera, giving it a go, testing, learning, experimenting, finding what works for you. Okay. From that, we will then, you'll come away with a number of ideas and options that you can put into action over the coming month or whatever period you want to take that kind of in-action session for. And I will be available for feedback, any questions, support, and then we'll come back at the end of the month to review what worked, what didn't, what do you want to change, and then be able to update your strategy, your plan, your options, your ideas accordingly. And then I can either continue to support you, maybe monthly or ad hoc as specific projects come up, or if you want to work independently, but knowing that I'm always available as and when you need support. So that's kind of a popular package, but it will absolutely be tailored to your individual needs, what you want to achieve, and the time frames and budget that you have available. So that's kind of the main options. Those can be delivered either in person or online. So I have a space here that I use for filming, set up to have some great filming spots, a very relaxed, quiet kind of space, which I often use with clients to film in, but equally I can travel and come to you if you've got a space where you want to film, or equally we can do it online if the distance is prohibitive. So that's the kind of the practical side. Now looking at, I guess, what to expect from a session itself. So we always start by looking at, right, what doesn't work? Okay, what makes you feel cringe? What makes you feel, what are your fears? What are your concerns? That might be that video is going to take forever. And is it worth it for my business? It might be, I feel nervous, I feel cringe, I just don't feel like myself. I don't know what I'm going to say, or I'm worried about criticism. All of those things are totally normal. And we really look at those, not because it's about negative, but kind of by revealing what doesn't work, we can then almost look at the other side of the coin and go, right, well, if that doesn't work, what does work for you naturally, intuitively, when you are engaging with clients, colleagues? How do you engage? What is your communication style? What are your values around communication? So we then look at those, and it really is a case of comparing and contrasting and understanding, oh, okay, based on these values and what I believe and how I like to connect with people, of course this, and this would feel uncomfortable. Now I can just let that go. And what we then do is look at your natural style and how those can be translated into a context of video that is efficient to produce, that is affordable, that doesn't take you an age to make, that is easy, that fits around your work, your life, and is realistic and viable. Because I don't believe in coming up with this amazing plan of how you're going to make these amazing videos if it's not realistic and workable and sustainable for you. So this is a big part of that process. Okay. So we'll come up from that exercise, looking at what works, what doesn't. We'll come up with various options and ideas for how you could use video and changing the style potentially. So for example, a lot of the time, the traditional way that we think we should make video can feel quite rigid and formal and doesn't really work for a lot of people. So it's finding different ways, and we change, rather than making you change and adapt to the style, we change the style to fit you. Okay, so we'll come up with lots of different ideas, and we will try some during the session and practice and give them a go and get that instant feedback of, oh my God, yes, that felt different. It felt better. Or maybe it didn't. Oh no, that really doesn't work. Great, brilliant. We can rule that out and we won't focus on that, okay? You'll then have this kind of starting point and a blueprint for what works for you. And you'll then have various options and ideas that you're excited to go and test and experiment with in the real world. Now, this may be, if you want to start publishing, great. That is the best way to learn and to get feedback and get response. It may be that you're not there yet, and that's totally fine as well. In which case, it can be producing videos for yourself and just sharing them with me, or maybe sharing them with a small group of trusted peers, colleagues, family, whoever that may be. You can try things, you can put it into action, realize how long it takes or doesn't take, all these sorts of things. I'll be available to give feedback, to offer support, or any further you might come up and go, oh wait, no, that didn't work. Okay, great, brilliant. We've got another thing we can rule out, and that points us to what does. Again, I'll be there on the call, and my job really for that period, for the month or however long you want to kind of use to practice, to keep you in momentum. And as soon as the foot goes on the brake because you get a resistance, I'm there to help you clear it so that you can just keep moving. Then at the end of that month, we will come back together and look at and review, right, across the board, what worked, what didn't, and then update, basically review and reflect on what we did in the first sessions, review and update that according to the insight, to the data, to the learning that you've collected over that month period, or however long you want to have that period to be. We'll together update that strategy, that blueprint, and you can either, if you're confident and you're like, yep, I know exactly what works for me, I'm off, I'm flying, you can do that. If you want further support, either you realize, you know what, I really want to do this style of video, can we look at the more technical, how to make the videos more efficient, to optimize, to improve, or if you've got a specific project that you want more focused help on, right, how do I say that in a really concise but effective way, we can work on that together, either monthly sessions or ad hoc as and when you have something you want to work on. So that's very much the flow, how we work together. Like I said, these can be online or in person as you feel comfortable and as locations allow. And it's very much bespoke to you. My approach is, I take very much a lean startup type approach. So we'll have a focus period of a month, as I said, or however long, and then we'll review and reflect before deciding on what comes next. I don't, want people to commit to massive long programs if we don't really know. Until we get started, we don't know what works and what doesn't work for you. So I keep them very bite-sized, and we learn and we evolve together as we go. So if that sounds of interest to you and you'd like to discuss one-to-one support, then book in for a call. As I said, we'll explore what works, what you're looking to do, what you're looking to achieve, what's blocking you, and from that we'll be able to come up with a plan together to get started.